Okay, so the first thing I want us to go over is going to be the verb to be. So verbs that mean to be are going to be am, are, and is. Am, are, and is, and some of us did some work on this a little bit earlier, but am, are, and is are all linking verbs. So they're going to be linking the subject to the words that describe them. So if I'm talking about myself, I might say, I might use am as a linking verb. And I might say I, that's the subject, am would be that linking verb to what I'm doing. Well, I am reading, or I am a super awesome person. Thank you. So that's that I, that's the subject. Am is that linking verb to describe that subject. So I am, it's a verb, it's showing action, but it's just that to be. It's nothing crazy. It's not like we can talk about jumping jacks or anything. It's just a state of being. I am the coolest. It's that linking piece to connect them. So the ones we're focusing on today, the verbs to be, are just am, are, and is. We come across these all the time in our daily reading and writing. We just don't always make the connection that these are actually verbs. These are verbs. Look how I use that. So I'm going to go through a few sentences, and we're going to identify the linking verb in them. Sound good? So I'm going to read the sentence, and then all together we'll say the linking verb. Whoops, we'll go to the next one. I am happy.
I am.
What is our linking verb?
Am.
Am. Very good. You are sick. We are in the gym. Are. Fabulous. They are home today. He is my friend. Is fabulous. So now we're going to go back to this fabulous chart we had. This is going to be kind of that piece that shows us those verbs meaning to be. So we have past tense, verb to be, singular and plural. Singular means
One.
plural means
Two or more.
two or more. So anything that's more than one. I am glad, you, being one person. You are glad. He, she, it is glad. So that's going to be those, just kind of seeing is in there, or am or are. We also have it with the plural. So we are glad. You are glad, or they are glad. So just seeing how we can use those pieces inside sentences. We also have it past tense. That's the present tense. We also use in past tense. And that's going to be the was, were, what, the was and were. I was glad. You, he, or she, it was glad. They were glad. So we're going to see that past tense of this same thing as well. And it's going to come in the form of was and were. Okay? Do we understand these? They're pretty simple. We come across them a lot, but it is important to see that as, am, and are all verbs. They're just linking verbs. It's going to connect that idea or that subject to what we learn about them. Like Griffin, my subject, right, is wearing a Captain America mask. So I'm telling you who, that's my subject. I'm using that is, and then I'm going to tell you about him. Wearing a Captain America mask. It's that linking verb. I want you to use, let's see, am. And I want you to think of a sentence for a moment that has am in it, where you have a subject, you're using am, and then you're giving details about it. Turn to your neighbor and share your sentence. Listen for that linking verb am with your neighbor. Three, two, one. I heard a great one. Simple as, hold up. Simple as I am Chloe. I am a dinosaur. I am still very hungry. That was great. Most of you did use I. Did anybody use something other than I? No? Perfect. I want us to do this same thing. Think of a sentence where you use are You have that subject, are, and then you're telling us about it. Think about it for a moment first. If you were first to speak last time, be second this time. Turn and talk with your neighbor. Three, two, one. Viola, let's hear your sentence. Now that one doesn't have a subject before it. That's thinking of that question piece. So she said, say it again. Are you pizza? That's using are, but it's not using it as that linking verb. That's using it as the question. We want that subject first. So I'm glad we had this one. It's a good talking point. We want that subject first. So you have a who first, then you use that linking verb to tell us more about it. Let's hear some others and see if we get it. Emery. What'd you tell your neighbor? What did you tell your neighbor when I gave you the direction to turn and talk to your neighbor, Emery? I'm going to give you another chance to turn and tell your neighbor a sentence with that subject, are, and something about it. Turn and talk. Three, two, one. Emery, we're going to pick up with you. What's your sentence? Okay, there are trees. Okay, I'll take it. Zana, let's hear yours. You, subject, are a great person. That's an awesome one. Thank you. I'm going to draw sticks again. Joey.
You are incredible.
You are incredible. We have that subject and then something about him. Zoe.
You are a great teacher.
You are a great teacher. Thank you so much. Thank you. That process of using those in there. So, Viola, I'm so glad you said yours just because it really helps us connect to see that are is also one of our question words. So it's going to lead a lot of questions as well, but we're using it as a linking verb today. Fabulous. With this goes an activity page. This is going to be activity 4.5. Nope, leave your books. Activity 4.5, page 45, where you're going to read the passage and fill it in with am, is, or are. So activity 4.5, page 45. Almost